Planning. Planning is critical for anything in life, but in particular sport and also education. You need a plan in your mind so that you know how to get ahead. And this is what we're going to do. Provide you a way to come up with the plan you need. What is a winning team? I mean, this is a very difficult question to ask, because does a winning team mean the team that gets more points than the other or not? I don't believe so. A winning team is all about the culture. It's what we stand for. It's who we represent. It's our values. It's more than just winning and losing. Winning is a very, very important topic, and we need to understand what is a winning team. Let the dog see the rabbit. In North Yorkshire, when they do greyhound races, they get the dog and they show the dog the rabbit. So it's under no illusion what it has to do. When the gun goes bang, the dog chases the rabbit. So it's the same with vision, having a clear vision and having a goal. In our lives, clutter comes into our lives after we set our goals, and it's very easy to lose sight of what we wanted to do. Don't let that clutter come into your lives, and we're going to show you how to keep it out. Let the dog see the rabbit. There is no such word as can't. We hear this word can't often, but I believe too often it just means, will you help me? But for some reason in our makeup as Kiwis, we are afraid to ask for help because we think that someone might see it as a sign of weakness. But I'm telling you, asking for help is a sign of strength. So there's no such word as can't. When you hear the word can't next, are you really being asked for help? What I mean by this is no matter how good we think we're getting at something, we can always improve it. We cannot afford to sit back on our laurels. A really consistent thing with all the greatest players that I coached during my career as a rugby league coach was that they all put in extra time on the practice field. I had to get them off the field so I could turn the lights off at night time. They practiced till the lights went off. Look for the man in the dinner suit or the lady in the dinner suit. Amongst us in any team, there is a person who it just seems to happen for. They just seem to have the razzle-dazzle technique that they're blessed with. It's a natural talent. I think we need to identify those players or those people as quickly as we can and run off them. We've got to use them as our example and try and capitalise on the great things that they can create. Don't knock them. Don't try and drag them back to the lowest denominator. Look for the man in the dinner suit or the lady in the dinner suit. They can make the team. You know, we've all got imaginations. That is the thing that sets us apart from every other person on this planet. And within our imaginations, we all come up with ideas at different times. So don't die wondering. If you've got an idea, put your hand up and say, hey, what about this? Be prepared to try things. It's too late sitting back at the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, the end of your career, and thinking, gee whiz, that's right, Bill down the road, he said that, we should have tried it. It's too late then. So when you have an idea, your idea is unique. Put your hand up and ask others, what about this? Be prepared to have the confidence to try it. Never die wondering. An interesting phrase I've used here, but what I mean is look for areas that haven't been considered by others. If you go down to the local park and watch the local rugby team playing, they're down at one end of the park, the team with the goal line at their back is trying to get to the other end. When the seagulls come around, the seagulls don't land where the players are, the seagulls land down at the other end of the field where there's space. So the ball just needs to be kicked to the seagulls. That's where the opportunities are. And it's the same in life. We don't need to scratch around where everyone else is. We've all got imaginations. We're all entrepreneurs. Come up with an idea that no one's thought of. Kick for the seagulls. Run for fresh air. All I mean by this is don't batter yourself up against the brick wall when there's no need to. Look for the openings. If you're playing a game of rugby or rugby league and you've got the ball, when you run, you do not want to run straight at a defensive player. If there's two defensive players, you run at the gap between them. That's where the opportunity is. And it is the same in life. Don't keep bashing your head up against the wall when you don't need to. Look for new areas to try and think about and create and capitalise on. Be prepared to change your mind. Sometimes the coach might say, we're going to play down the middle of the field, and you go out and play down the middle of the field and you're getting beaten by the opposition. So when you come in at half time, the coach needs to say, I'm sorry team, this isn't working. This time we'll try and shift the ball out wider and we'll try and attack them out on the wings. You've got to be prepared in life to shift the attack. No matter what game plan has been put in place, if for some reason you need to shift it, you need to shift it. Don't be afraid of it. I suppose we all want to be that person who dives over in the corner and scores the winning try that saves the country. We've scored the winning try, we've won the World Cup or whatever. We want that one moment of fame. But in the middle of the field, there are those who've got to grind away without getting the recognition that others get. We've just got to, when you're part of a team, you've got to be able to cop that. No matter what number you've got on your back, you've got to be prepared to put up with the pain. We all are required to do different things in a team. Some seem more glamorous than others, no matter what we're doing in life, whether we're learning. If we're at school and we're learning something, some classes seem to be learning things that you might think are easy, but you need to put up with the pain in your education or in your life or in your sport or whatever you might be doing and just get it done. I believe this is the most important of my 12 principles, because if you have a good look at those who are sitting around you now and you see the experience, you see the talent, you see the enthusiasm, you see the pride, you see the knowledge, you see all those neat things that can be used to make you better than what you are now. So quite often we're involved in a team or an organisation where we don't really discover the power of it until we're not in it, and then it's too late. So discover the power of your team early, because it can make you anything.